Hi guys, hope that you're having a wonderful day. My topic today is the moon cycles. Some of you might know already from watching my Facebook lives or who are already watching my videos here on YouTube that I do a lot of moon cycle conversation. And so for people who want to know more about the moon cycles, I'm here to tell you a little bit more about them. And I actually feel called to pulling up cards and channeling some messages in terms of what this energy really entails. So let's pull up a few cards because I do work with tarot cards. Also, if you are currently watching this on the date, which is March 25th today, I am doing a tarot card workshop on March 28th online for anyone who likes card readings. All right, so we have Ace of Swords, Victory, as our topic is talking about moon cycles. So this is talking about shadow work. Okay, so when we're working with full moon energy, that's 3 days before the full moon and 3 days after the full moon, we are doing shadow work. What is shadow work? Shadow work is an energy that we have within us that isn't the most optimistic energy. It's an energy that kind of builds up over time and we just know that it's not serving us. It's kind of those icky feelings, things that have happened to us along our journey and our path. And it's something that we've kind of developed within ourselves that we know isn't serving us. So around the full moon, what we do is we take the energy that's no longer serving us, that we know we don't like, we know that we don't want. And what we do is we basically take time for ourselves around this moon. We acknowledge the full moon and we pull that energy out of our physical being. So the full moon affects our emotions. Because we are made up of water, just like the tides, how the moon will affect the tides, and they go in and out. The new moon and the full moon is very similar. So we're going to take the energy that's no longer serving us by acknowledging our connection to the full moon, and we are going to politely take anything that's not serving us and allow the moon to pull that from us. And the way that we can do that is there are tons of different ways, but the key thing is by instead of ignoring these things, you are becoming more aware of them, and then you, again, are politely offering that to the moon. Okay, makes sense? So again, there are tons of different ways that you can do full moon rituals and full moon releases, but I just wanted to explain what the moon cycles are. The other thing is when it comes to the full moon, each time we have a full moon, it is in astrological sign. Okay, so right now we are in a new moon energy in Aries. Okay, so the more you know about astrology, the better it is, because if you know something about Aries, you might know that Aries is closest to the sun and that it's the first, so it's the first sign. It's naturally more optimistic because of its connection to the sun. Those people tend to be, and they're born around April, and those people tend to be a little bit, they're a fire energy, okay? So they have a lot of that energy, and they like to stay in that energy. It's really important for them to be optimistic. So if we know this about the new moon, then we know that we are going to be focusing more on wherever that astrological sign is, okay? So if you're working with, we'll say the full moon is in Libra, if we know that Libra is and this is why I do my all my videos on the specific moons, which you can go under my moon cycles and check out. I also have a full moon ritual on there and a new moon ritual on there. So if it's in Libra full moon, we know that Libras are all about balance, equality, fairness. That's just they're the scale. It's really important that those things are balanced in their life. We know that relationships are important to Libras because they like things to be balanced, and we know that relationships are all about exchanges, give and take. So if we are working with the full moon, perhaps you're noticing that there are aspects in relation to you being out of balance. You being, some of your relationships not really being balanced as well. You maybe not being treated fairly, whatever it is. The world being there being issues in the world, we'll say. So depending, again, where the full moon is, you might notice that stirring up a lot of specifics for you. And the more you can recognize that within and identify with it, the more connection we will have to our soul path. So this is an opportunity for us to heal old patterns, old behaviors, old wounds. Okay? So important. So we can get closer to our soul path and to the good things that we want in our life. And as a result, you will feel more whole. You'll feel more healed, basically. And that's what my goal is, to help you guys with that. Okay? Go on to robinsealing.com, check out more stuff that I have there. So then we're going to talk a little bit more about the new moon. Okay? 5 of Wands, we have tests here. So this was Ace of Swords. So it's interesting because absolutely, yes, we are being tested during moon cycles. So what you're going to find is with our new moon, this is a time for new beginnings. And the test that comes in with this is if you did the full moon detoxing, we'll say that, emotional, negative energy that you were just kind of pulling out, ultimately it's going to lead you to something new. For instance, if the full moon was in Libra, and that those were the things that we were releasing, then ultimately that's probably going to hopefully lead you to maybe new ways of living, right? So the new moon is our opportunity for healing, yes, but more of growth, more growth. And so it's an opportunity to really be in the mindset or the state of mind that you want to be in. So you're focusing more on your growth and where you want to go on a spiritual level, on an emotional level too, on a mental level and physical. So it might be, again, if we're working with the Aries new moon, it might be that, again, we know that they're positive. We know that they're about trusting, being able to go with the flow, and just having lots of faith. So it might be for you that you're noticing, okay, I did a lot of dumping around relationships, how I was being mistreated, things like that. People who just weren't nice to me. I needed to get rid of that. Well, now coming in with the new moon, it's okay, between the full moon and the new moon, I've noticed that a lot of old stuff is really kind of coming up. And I'm embracing these changes because I know that I want to be a new person. I know that I want to grow. And so it's about opening up to the new beginnings. And so we have to be open to the new. And we have to embrace the good qualities that we do have. So new moon is, what are my good qualities? Who am I? Where am I? What's going on here? So we'll say, I know I want to have more trust. I know I want to be a better human being. So I'm going to start putting the energy out there with this new moon. Connect to the new moon and feel that new moon energy of new moon blessings, of new beginnings and new opportunities. And maybe more time for the self, we'll say. Then it's time that you basically are going to ask the new moon for the things that you want. Ask the universe, aka the new moon, for these blessings to start coming in. Maybe for you, you're asking for forgiveness. You're asking for more help. You're asking for more clarity, opportunity, whatever it is. So we'll say, new moon, Hey, how you doing? I'm here because I'm looking for more balance in my life. I've gotten rid of a lot of stuff in relation to not feeling balanced, but now I'd really like to know what it feels like to be balanced. New moon, can you please give me more balance? And to be specific, could you give me more balance in my personal life when it comes to my health and when it comes to how I'm occupying my time, please? And it's as simple as that. You're just asking for that energy, and you're trusting and having faith that by putting that energy, that the new moon is going to say, yes, absolutely, Robin. You know, that's what I'm here for. I'm here to replenish you and give you rewards for all of your hard work that you've been doing. And so the forgiveness piece is really important. It might be that, you know, that cleansing piece of the cycles is an opportunity for you to forgive yourself, for you to forgive other people, that sort of thing. And that really is what I feel like with this. It's about the forgiveness piece, right? Those are our cycles of death and rebirth. So when we're working with our shadow side, we must be positive with our shadow side. We have to acknowledge that that's part of shedding old life. And by doing that, these new blessings and new moon blessings, opportunities, forgiveness will come in. So there are blessings again in this opportunity that we get to focus a bit more on, okay? And so depending on where your astrological sign is, this is going to make a difference, because you might be feeling some of this energy more intensely than someone else. And so that's where we are all different. And you might find, oh, this full moon was really intense for me. And whereas you might say, oh, this new moon was really intense for me. And it's different for everyone depending on how much work we're doing, where our sign is, etc. So yes, we're all in this together, but we're absolutely feeling energy similar, but very different at the same time. So we have to have compassion again with ourselves and with others. And so this is where I can help you a bit more with your specific energy. Knight of Swords drama. So this is talking about the learning experience that comes from healing. Because when we're asking for healing and when we're offering healing to ourselves, again, yes, there are blessings, but there's also a lot of peace that comes from doing this. This is where, there's learning. You're learning new things about yourself and about the world and about other people every single time you practice this cycle. So make sure that you're giving yourself a lot of credit and a lot of benefit of the doubt when you're doing these exercises, because I guarantee you that they will be life-changing for you, but you have to just commit to doing the practice and just be really joyful and happy that you are making more of a connection to yourself as well, not just to the moon. Okay, I love you all. I hope this explains things. And again, comment if you need a little bit of help.